Record if you want, of course.
And we're live.
We are live. This is episode 60 something.
68, I believe. 67, one of those. Yeah.
As
Oh,
you
yeah.
can or may.
Roberto.
Yeah.
I wish it was episode 69.
Oh, you missed it. You missed it. One day out.
I mean, your luck is not with you today, but hey, who knows? Maybe something goes wrong and we'll end up having to record someone before you, you know.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna switch it up. We'll see.
Switch it up, maybe. Anyways,
Roberto, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for coming on the
Roberto is Lebanese, and so as a Lebanese man, when you're like uncle comes and asks you, "Hey, what do you do?" What do you tell him, Roberto?
When who comes in on?
When your uncle comes in, he's like, "Hey, Roberto, right? What do you do? What have you been up to?"
Please don't rape me, first of all, because you know what uncles do. I mean, it's So what do I do? I mean,
we don't condone rape. Is not funny. Just saying that. We're just
you're
to
right,
make it
you're
clear.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, absolutely.
People are getting hurt all around the world. In like China, now West Africa, all around the world, Lebanon too. So we should not take these things lightly. Anyways, Roberto, Habibi, انت شو وين صرت خي? You've been the past 5 years. What have you been up to?
So in the past 5 years, what I've done, so I was in high school, like before 18 years old. And I was like, man, I need to go out of Lebanon. I need to start doing crazy stuff. And it was a bit hard to convince my parents to go out of the country and everything. But at the end, I convinced them. And I went to Australia to study my passion, which was environmental engineering. And it was life-changing. I mean, it was incredible. And after that, I felt I had a need to drop out because I wasn't doing exactly what I wanted, 100%. And my passion, since I'm 12, 13, was photography, videography, and just making movies and inspiring people through values and through depth. And so I was like, if I want to be doing this and I want to be creating daily and waking up every morning being happy, I think I need to drop out, even if the why, the purpose of why I was doing environmental engineering was really important for me, because I believe sustainability is the biggest fight of the century, for sure. I mean, of course, there's sustainability is it concerns the environment, but also the economy and the social part of it.
I see.
And for me, what I like to focus on is the social part of it and the environmental part of it. And basically, I was like, I want to do something with this. I want to be doing the most entertaining type of content, the most artistic and the most creative, but especially the most value-based content that can inspire people, content that can educate people, inform people, but at the same time, content where they could have fun and where they could be like, whoa, that's creative, that's artistic. I want to be doing the same thing. I want to do that, So I dropped out and I did 6 months of internship, a lot of internships actually. I did an internship in a cinema distribution company where I was responsible with 4 other people to analyze movies and know if we should bring them to the Middle East or not. So all the movies, not all of them, but maybe more than half, probably a big majority of the movies we watch in the Middle East was our decision of if we should release them in the Middle East or not. And I learned a lot with this internship. I would watch movies 5 months before their international release. We would study the whole campaign, marketing campaign, sales campaign, speaking to influencers, stuff like that. And then I worked on some movie sets, a movie set about ecology in Lebanon, another movie set about an epic war and fantasy movie, 10 years in the making with no budget. Crazy stuff like that. I traveled a lot as well during those 6 months. I went to Sri Lanka. I did Iceland by bike for a month. I mean, pushing myself mentally and physically to my maximum as much as I could. And because of that, I learned so much more than what I was learning in university. And I was like, yo, if I continue like that, I mean, I'm doing what I love and I'm improving and I could maybe accomplish my dreams, which there's a lot of them, but little by little,
So let's talk about your dreams now. What are your dreams?
List them. Might as well, since we're on the show and
so
hold you accountable.
I have a lot of dreams. I mean,
Mhm.
dreams is a big word. I'm gonna try to like separate bucket list with dreams. But one of my dreams is to like finish my bucket list. I'm never gonna finish it because every item on my bucket list, I always have like an upgrade to this item. You know, like for example, I don't know. I'm gonna give the stupid example of like skydiving for the first time. Like the upgrade would be win my skydiving license. You know, and it can go on like wingsuiting and etc. You know,
Mhm.
so I don't know, but at least working on my bucket list would be a dream of mine. But this is a very personal and egoistical dream of mine. The biggest I would say would be apart from like making movies that are entertaining, artistic, and educational, would be to change the educational system.
Mhm.
And I'm doing this right now through my movies
Mhm.
and through the movies I want to be making in the future. But also I want to make movies about education and raising awareness how education is shitty and how it should
Mhm.
change. I mean, it's there's a lot of good stuff about education nowadays. It's better than having no education at all. But I believe with education, like if we change a bit what's in education right now, all the problems in the world can be
You're referring to education system in Lebanon or like around the world?
in the world in the
Or what is
world.
the what do you think is like the flaw
The
in
big,
education?
I think the biggest flaw. I mean, there's a lot of flaws like that we could be fixing right now, but something that is inexistent and which is the biggest flaw, I think, is teaching values. You know, because
Mm.
I believe like not all the parents are going to be teaching values to their kids because not all families are balanced. A lot of families have problems, and parents can't even take care of themselves, and they can't teach the values to their children. It's not at all a priority. Like values is like on top of the pyramid of needs. You know, it's not something that's really important, but actually it is. It is more important than everything,
Mhm.
and compensate all the rest if you really know how to use them. But when someone's surviving and doesn't have the basic stuff, which is like I don't know, mental health or like security or like I don't know, social circle like in front, like around them, like they can't be doing this for children. So I don't know. I think there's a big crisis with family,
Mhm.
but also because of that, so a lot of people don't have values. So school doesn't offer values either,
What do you mean
and
by offering value? So like what are the values you're talking about and
I don't
how
know.
does
For
school not
example,
offer them? How
a
do you offer
stupid
them?
one I could be
Mhm.
saying would be time management or
Mhm.
discipline
Mhm.
or respect, honor, like stuff like that. You know, like
Yeah.
like like human virtues.
Mhm.
And school doesn't teach you that.
Mhm.
Not because there you have homework that you become disciplined at all. You
Mhm.
know, and
Mhm.
no one teaches you. Your parents usually don't teach you, and school doesn't teach you to be passionate about something or find what
Mhm.
you really love. You know,
Mhm.
I disagree.
Is it
so
yeah, so yeah, I knew Ali would disagree at this point.
I disagree, to be
Uh-huh.
honest.
Mhm.
Uh, you are saying that they should teach us all this stuff, but it should be the parents who are
Mhm.
teaching us the time management, respect, value, dignity, honor, all that stuff.
no, they should not. But like the best way of teaching this would be like
For people who
parents.
don't have it, yeah, if people like if some they're like I guess parent like your family should be the main source of like teaching you all these things.
Yeah, life
But if
lessons
you're
should
not
come
getting it through
from your
there,
family, because
of
this is
course.
this is
But
this is called raising the children. No one should raise anyone else's kid. You know what I mean?
oh, it's true.
Mhm.
No, I
No
agree.
one
No, no,
should.
True, but there is the problem is that not everybody can do it or not everybody's going to be doing it because not everybody is responsible, which is a value that
Mhm.
maybe themselves haven't learned through life, you know. And it's important to be responsible of your kid, and a lot of parents are not. I mean, I'm not going to go into every
I
detail
would
because
I
every
would say Roberto the way like I differ I think that maybe you shouldn't like teach like kids directly like what are the values, but I remember like some of the professors I love the most are the professors that embody those values themselves, right? And like courage and hard work and stuff, and I'm like, oh, those are the things I remember. And Roberto, with like your videos and stuff, you're kind of doing that where you're like okay, this is
true.
me, I'm gonna push myself, I'm gonna show the world who I am, and I'm just gonna like
I think, for example, I don't know, sports or like Boy Scouts can teach so much more values
mhm,
than school, you know,
mhm,
that are
yeah.
much more important in life.
Mhm.
And the thing is that not everybody goes there or takes the initiative of going there, especially
Mhm.
when you're a child. You don't have this proactive mindset to like go and seek something you need, but you don't know, you don't want, but that you would need in the future. So I think school maybe is not the solution, but maybe we should be offering, I don't know, alternative solutions to like school, and like, or within school, make education something really prestigious where teachers are really well paid and really passionate and pass tests, really difficult tests in order to become a professor, because it's really high paid in an ideal world. And because of that, they can motivate. I had literally almost no professor that inspired me or incarnated the values I wanted to learn. So I learned them through the internet. And if I wasn't someone who was proactive, I'm lucky. I don't know why. I can't justify being curious. I'm still seeking why some people are curious and others are not. I was grateful for being born like this, or I don't know, growing up being someone curious. And because of that, I was curious enough to read a lot of books and watch a lot of videos and podcasts as well, where instead of like being like, oh shit, I wish I had like the ideal professor that could be teaching me all of those things, I go on Instagram and I can watch some videos of Gary Vee that's super inspiring for what I'm looking for at this specific moment of my 15-year-old crisis. You know, I don't know, like.
No, it's true.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Oh, okay.
You
I thought
said
you were
15.
15. I was gonna
But
be
he's 21.
like
Like
you're
you're
15, and this
I'm
is how
giving you
you're
an example.
thinking. You're
I'm
going
giving you an
places.
example.
Roberto. So, but that's not the greatest challenge, right? You said the greatest challenge to us in the 21st century is environmental. You said that's a
Environment. I mean,
So
the
we should
climate
all
crisis.
tailor ourselves to fight that. I feel like no one's actually fighting that. I feel like I've not met too many people who really care
About the
about
environment.
I think,
environment.
I mean, a lot of people will never care, but the system can change, and the people will care without even knowing that they're caring, you know?
Okay, and how do you do that?
By, if there's, I mean,
Lebanon has like waste dumpage, right? Like
It takes a
landfills.
wolf to lead a sheep.
I'm trying to do a documentary right now about plastic pollution in Lebanon and how it's managed. And I think waste management is something that's so incredible, because you could be doing so much stuff out of the waste, and everything's actually wasted, and it's so stupid. And also, we shouldn't even have some waste. That's the best way of doing it. But people don't even know that in Lebanon, because they have other priorities like, I don't know, electricity or even more basic needs. So why would they even care about their trash? You know? But it's still an important issue we can't neglect, because as a country, we have a responsibility in the 21st century of going as sustainable as possible, despite the problems we have, you know? And we can, like, it's so simple. Like, if you're using plastic bottles because you can't drink from the sink, at least throw them in another bin instead of throwing them all together with the other trash, and everything's getting incinerated at the end, you know?
And then do what with it? See, you have these bottles, right? You toss them out. Like, okay, cool idea. I put a separate basket for like the water bottles, and then no one picks up the recycling, so I end up throwing in the same.
Yeah,
trash.
they do. It's just that the people are too lazy to like seek out the people who actually come and recycle things. You know, there is solutions. They exist.
What is okay? So let's say right now I have like a pile of bottles, right? Water bottles, right? I don't have the time to go drop them off anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So what can I do?
There's an app where you like an Uber app, where you're like, you click and you're like, okay, that's my location. Come and pick it up, and they tell you, okay, I'm going to come and pick it up Monday.
In Lebanon?
And they're launching this right now. It's called Live, Love, Recycle. And there's a lot.
Recycle. Shout out.
Yeah. There's so many NGOs that do that, like Arc-en-Ciel as well, or like there's a lot of them, and people like, it's such an easy switch you could do, but you don't do it because like it's not convenient for you. But when once you see the bigger picture and you see the bad impact you have on the environment because of those bottles that are thrown and that end up in the sea. What's very convenient?
Saying once people see the bigger picture, it becomes very convenient, because they'll realize where we're heading if we keep moving in the same direction. So
absolutely.
Yeah, no, on the whole.
And so yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna try to like document those topics in a very traditional way, because everybody needs to get rid of negativity. Everybody wants to get rid of negativity. I think positivity is a survival mechanism that we all need. And if someone wants to stay negative, it's bad for their health, for their mental health, for their physical health, and for the health of the people around them. And so I want to portray in my documentary a bit more of the positive solutions that exist instead of focusing on the negative ones, because we have like we need positivity. Like we can't. It's just you just need to plant.
Salam, bro.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Hey, goed maar. Perfect. Angel, amazing. هلا اوكي راح اشوفك.
Salam.
Perfect.
I think
Amazing. Proud of you. Yeah, very keen. Back again.
Anyways, yeah, we were saying, I don't think it should be fully positive and all positivity. It should be balanced, as all things should be.
Absolutely, absolutely. But now it's completely skewed. You can't deny this. It's super negative, and I think it should be balanced.
That's
In
also
my
very
opinion.
true.
I agree with Roberto.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, I take back what I said.
Ali, Beirut foods, right? That's another thing you do, right? That I love, right? You go and you talk about food and you collaborate with them. Tell us more about that experience.
So I'm not going to say his name because he wants his identity to remain secret. But I met this friend in a past internship I did, and since then we've been keeping each other updated. And then he saw I was staying in Lebanon because of the quarantine, and he was like, "Yo, let's collab. Let's make some videos about food in Lebanon." And I'm like, I want to continue in this vision of like making positive videos about Lebanon despite living the worst stuff ever. So I was like, okay, I documented my friends coming to Lebanon in the vlog and having fun and discovering places in a very shallow way. So now I'm going to be going a bit more specific in the type of things. So I'm doing this documentary about plastic pollution. I'm documenting the food, which is actually so much more rich than what I thought. It's incredible. Every region has very unique dishes that I never heard of, actually.
Yeah.
And every time I go to a new city, I discover new stuff, and it's incredible. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it. The editing takes a lot of time, but it's worth the experience, I think. So yeah.
You make those videos yourself, so you like come up with the idea, you film them, you cut them, and then you just gave them to them, and then they post.
Absolutely. So he gives me a full freedom of artistic freedom, basically, because he trusts me. I just go with him. He has the name, like he goes in the restaurants, he knows the people and stuff like that. And I film everything I can, and then I do the story. Like I think it should be portrayed, and then I write down the voiceover based on like the talking headshots I took vlogging, and the things we saw live, and the notes I took about how they cook the food, the details and everything like that. I was never a foodie guy, but like I love food like everybody.
I mean, like everyone, like yeah.
Exactly. But like, you know, like when I was young, I wanted to open my restaurant. It was like a dream and everything. But now I'm actually going in depth into like how hard a restaurant business is actually. And I'm saying, yeah, maybe for the future it would be a plan. I don't know. We'll see.
Amazing.
Very cool. So tell us a little bit about your travels. Before we started filming, you told us you went to you traveled around and you did some stuff. So
I was thinking the exact same thing, Ali. I can't believe we're on the same path. I was like,
Dude,
mentioned all these places.
Yeah, like we've been doing this for 70 episodes. I mean, it's about time we're connected on the same wavelength. Let's do it. All right. So
I would qualify myself as, I mean, I relate the most to the movement of Romanticism. I don't know if you know this movement, 19th century French, and basically it goes by the idea that like, if you want to be happy in life, you need to maximize the experiences that you have, go back to the roots and seek all that's authentic and natural in order to be happy. And also I relate as well to this movement. It's like an artistic and literature movement, and it also says that like the more you maximize the experiences, the more you can be selective in what you actually want to focus on. So I relate a lot to this movement, and that's why I love traveling. travel is it's just incredible. Like making memories in travels, like it's just incredible. I noticed when I live my routine, I never remember my routine. But once I go like for a week in one place, even after 10 years, I remember exactly what I did every day, because that's what impacts us the most. It's like taking a step back based on like the life we live, and see it in a different way, and see the diversity of the truth, because we're always like used to like, I don't know, do our own stuff in our own country based on our own culture and governmental system and politics and everything. But once we go elsewhere, we're like, wow, I didn't even know this existed. And the more you do that, the more you understand what is a human being, you know? And that's, I want to get this full picture of, that's why I want to travel as much as I can.
As opposed to like a zombie? What do you mean? As a what?
So yeah, explain to us. So what
Yeah.
is a human being to you?
That's a big question that I don't have the answer for, and that's why I want to see what really makes us different in terms of cultures, but also what do we all relate on, you know? Like I can go in like rural China and I can notice very similar stuff that I lived as well, and this would be a pattern that would be included in being a human, you know? And I want to see what like separates us and what makes us united at the same time. Because now we're living, yes.
Roberto. I saw this one video of yours where you quarantined your phone, right?
Oh yeah.
For how long? Yeah, tell us about that experience. Tell Ali, I don't know if you saw the video, but tell us about the video and what you got out of it.
Wait, you did what?
I quarantined my phone. So I wanted to name the video like I didn't touch my phone for 30 days, but since we were in quarantine, I was like, I quarantined my phone. So
Genius.
Yeah. Basically, the phone became super overwhelming. Like super overwhelming. Since I traveled a lot, I always maintain my friendships and try to keep in touch with everyone, and it became really hectic since I was dropping out of Spain of university. When I went back, I didn't finish the story as well. After all my travels and my internships, I went back to university, and then I dropped out again. And it was super overwhelming, and so I decided to go phone free for a month, completely without like touching my phone at all. Like if I wanted to go to some place, I had to memorize the name of the place, write down on a piece of paper, and ask directions on the street because I didn't have Google Maps. Or if I wanted to speak to a friend, I simply could not. I had to stay in my room and read. And I don't know, like I would try to get around as much as possible. But life-changing experience, guys. Honestly, it was.
Wow.
It was really eye-opening because I don't know. I felt I was so much more productive, like so much more. I was so much more creative, and I understood even more the importance of boredom. Boredom is something that's really neglected, and people avoid it. Like they prefer to like. There's a psychological experience that says that like. I mean, it's more men that tend to do that, but like. If you put someone in a room with like a button that you press and it gives you an electric shock, people would rather be doing this and getting hurt than being bored in a room doing nothing. The brain is always seeking
stimulus,
to be activated and stimulated, exactly. And because of that, like when you're bored, sometimes it gets hard, obviously, but it opens so many fields you never thought of, so many emotions, so many thoughts about life.
Open your third eye and stuff.
What?
Open your third eye and stuff, you know?
Exactly. And I don't know, I mean, I already experienced this all my life. My first phone ever, I had it at 18 years old. And since then I hadn't had like a moment of like a break where I could like go off my phone.
That's crazy to think about. Yeah.
And because of that, when I got back to it, I was like, wow, like now I feel so much more myself, you know, and I could introspect more and know more about myself and how I deal with stuff, and I would be more present in the now, aware, speaking to people, looking like not having like secondary thoughts and everything. And I have ADHD, so it helped me a lot as well, like focus on what I had to focus on, you know. It's harder when you have the phone as well.
Who gonna tell him? You want to tell him?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Both of you have ADHD as well?
I do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, boy.
It's severe as well, but yeah, I understand your struggle. I do. It's a struggle.
I mean,
Let's go out of rails since I know what kind of person you are. I want to take this
yeah.
off the rails though. You believe in outer body experiences?
Uh, I, I mean, I would like to believe. I never had an out of the body experience, but I would like to.
Ooh. Oh, what do
I
what do
mean,
you
there's
think?
an easy way of doing it, right? With like ayahuasca drugs or stuff like that. But I know a guy. I met a guy. His name is Wim Hof. I don't know if you heard about him. And Wim Hof, he has all the world records for like how do you say this? Cold resistance. And
Oh,
he proved to science that like the human body can go so much more beyond what we think is possible. Like he would do like 100 meters of swimming under the ice sheets of Antarctica and like go out perfectly fine, or like stay hours in like immersed in some ice and crazy stuff. And this guy, he has a therapy that's called the Wim Hof Method, which is basically mindset, cold exposure, and breathing techniques. And with the breathing techniques, you can actually have out of the body experiences, and like you could get high on your own supply, as he says. And I experienced it once in one of his workshops, and it was super weird. It was like for a half an hour of specific breathing techniques, and it was really, really weird. I think I should do it again because it was really interesting. Like I had thoughts I never had before, and I don't know. It's a really strange experience.
did anyone ever tell you kind of look like the singer rapper Russ?
Never. What? Are
Eddie,
you
look at
kidding
this.
me?
No, I'm being dead serious right now.
Let's pull it up.
What?
Hold on.
I'm gonna, yeah, show me. Doesn't
Eddie,
he have
come
like
on.
hair?
Yeah, I can see it with the hair.
Like, dude,
Mm.
you look like this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah. Put them side by side. Yeah,
What?
I see it. That's funny.
Yeah, you just grow out your
Okay.
facial hair. You know, you get stopped in
I
this.
wish I could. I wish I could,
Join the
man.
club, buddy. Join the club. Anyways, but
uh,
so where was your favorite place that you went to? What's just your favorite, like,
in terms of what?
and just you liked going there and you really want to go again? Like your favorite place you visited,
The
traveled to?
strongest memories you got out of a place, or
Okay, that's a better question. These memories. I think it's cutting off. Did you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's I can divide it into three countries: New Zealand, Iceland, and Sri Lanka. I think the three of them islands, the three of them freaking crazy and really challenging, but also challenging in terms of like preconceptions, like culturally challenging, but also challenging in terms of like physical or like overwhelmingly happy. Because I don't know, New Zealand was my first trip I organized with my friends, and I wanted to travel there since I was super young. And I did it, and it was insane. We did like incredible treks of like a couple of days, hardest hikes of my life, most incredible landscapes ever. Like it's another planet. It's just incredible. And we just had amazing talks with my friends. It was just incredible. Iceland was very tough. It was like hiking on another planet for 1 month. No night at all because it was in summer. It was super cold. It was an incredible experience. I never experienced something like that before. And honestly, if I die today and someone asks me like, what did you do in your life that you didn't regret doing? I would say like Iceland, I think, because it was really a life-changing experience. Like I appreciated what was like food, a simple sandwich. Like I realized what was hunger. I realized what was being without a shelter. I realized what was really being cold. I already did a lot of like camping experiences and like wildlife survival stuff, but this was hardcore. And
Another level.
also yeah, it was really hard, and it's the whole freaking country. It's like 1,500 kilometers, and the winds, the storms, the I don't know, the whole volcanic areas where there's like sulfur going out of the ground. I mean, it was incredible. And Sri Lanka was very challenging culturally. It was not really challenging, but it was like, what? Like, I never went to a tropical country before. It was so different. and it was just incredible. Like
What
it's
do you
such a
mean?
rich country.
Yeah,
I
different.
realized that, like, I don't know, like they live in such a different way that I did all my life. Like you go out of the airport for 2 minutes and the whole like landscape is like fruits everywhere. It's like you don't need businesses over there. You don't need businesses and enterprises and stuff. You just like, because people would survive over there just by picking up stuff, because there was so much rain and so many plants, you would be fine with that. And
That's
it's
amazing.
incredible because it's like there's so many animals everywhere, so many precious stones everywhere. Like it's super life changing. Like the people are so nice. Even the climate, I never went to a climate that was so humid, and I just felt as well on another planet, like completely in a different. And I became really friends with my guide. There was a guide who would guide us around. He was like 3 years older than I, and super nice guy. He would tell us all the like small details that we needed to know about like animal species or like plant species and like geology in the region. So it was really incredible. Sri Lanka, guys. If you could go there, go there.
You see a
I
monkey?
can, and I probably will.
Monkey?
Yeah.
Thousands of them.
Oh
Thousands.
my god.
Yeah.
That's
I want a pet
Elephants, whatever you want. What?
I want a pet monkey.
Yo, you want it until you have it. But once you have it, it gets really hard to. Dude, monkeys are insane. You have no idea. Like, if you
What
take
do
a
you mean?
small monkey, like, there's a reason why people say, like, gone ape shit, because it's really, like, monkeys are crazy, man.
I don't want like a huge ass monkey. I just want, you know, those baby tiny monkeys that are like finger
This
long.
tall? What are you talking about?
Dude, they're the
Those
cutest
are
shit you'll ever see. Like, look here.
What
let
is
me show
that?
you. Let me
That's a
show you.
Pokemon.
That's yeah, exactly.
No, you guys, come on, hold on. Here, look.
Tiny ass monkey.
I want a
And now
tiny
it's a
ass.
monkey ass or something.
We're gonna see butt
Monkey
pictures of
ass for
monkeys. Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Ooh,
Oh,
I should
Capucin.
probably,
we call it.
I should probably not have. Okay,
Like
let's.
finger. Oh, the finger one. What's it called? The finger. Yeah, the finger monkeys.
I don't think I want to type that to you. There, that.
There
This,
you go.
this,
Pygmy. That's
Oh
this.
my god.
Dude,
Why
imagine
is this
having like a
so
few of
cute?
these as pets, bro.
Dude, that's so cute.
Dude,
Pygmy
imagine
monkey. Wow.
hamsters, but like on another level.
What a monkey.
That's so cool. But I'm pretty sure you can't have this as a pet because it's probably endangered or something.
Mhm,
It's not
exotic or
about
something.
that. My lazy ass would probably crush it one day by accident. I'd be like, oh shit. So that's why.
Wow.
But like, imagine having this as a pet, you guys.
This is so cute, man. It's so cute. Or the guy is a freaking giant and his fingers.
That's fun.
That's also true. But then again, my hands are pretty big too. So like, I'm pretty sure I can fit like 5 of these little suckers in my hand. But dude, this is amazing. I really get me this for my birthday, bro.
All right, it's called a pygmy marmoset for Halloween.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
bro. If you
Roberto.
give me this, I will be yours for life. Trust.
Tell us about the wildlife in Lebanon. What are the wildlife in Lebanon? What have you seen?
Oh man, it's a sad question to ask because wow, it's a good question because it's very actual as well. So I grew up all my life not seeing animals in Lebanon, and I was always craving to watch animals and go on epic safaris. And
You
stuff
came from
like
like the city?
yeah, I mean, I lived as well in the mountains, but even in the mountains, you don't see much stuff. Like the Lebanese people hunt everything that moves. You know, it's pretty sad. So because of that, I never really saw animals, and I wanted to see some. And little by little, I discovered that there's a lot of animals in Lebanon. You just need to know where to search. And before yesterday, actually, I went to Sur in the south of Lebanon to go and document the hatching of turtles, because there's turtles that hatch over there. Yeah.
What? In Sur? In like the Sur
Dude,
beach?
is it like your mom from Sur?
Yeah, exactly. Tier.
Tier.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't know there were turtles there. That's so cool.
Not in the big sand beach where there's the tents. It's a bit more south. So unfortunately the woman didn't answer me on time, and she didn't open her her natural part for me to document them. So I'm gonna try to go back next week. But yeah, I mean, my profile pic on Instagram is turtle.
Is a turtle.
And
Yeah, I
I
just saw
actually
that. It's pretty cool. I
I have
love
some
turtles,
pictures
by
of
the way.
turtle. There's a place in Kiev where you can scuba dive with Roman ruins underwater and turtles. It's incredible. I'm going to show you some images. Just give me one second.
Next time I go to Lebanon, this is what we're doing, Eddie.
So we'll go
I
turtle
should have my
hunting.
scuba diving license.
Not hunting. Turtle
Actually,
caring or petting. Scuba diving.
Not scuba diving, snorkeling. It's not deep at all.
Dude, whatever it is, I just want to swim with turtles. Can I like grab onto their back and like, oh, look at you.
Don't do
That's so
that.
cool.
They don't come back if you do that. It's very sensitive.
Oh, come on. Just a little bit of
Don't grab them.
you know the whole board you'd use when you're swimming as a kid. Use it as that, like swim, turtle, swim.
Look at this picture. It's a photobomb of a turtle.
Wow.
Oh, yo, that's amazing.
How do you take that? Yeah, how do you take that photo?
That's cool.
With a remote control and a GoPro.
Whoa. So you put whoa, that's kind of sick. That's pretty cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
imagine how many Instagram like pictures I can take with just like a turtle doing that with me, bro. That's a banger right there. That's a banger right
Dude,
there.
You'll have your monkey. You're gonna have the best Instagram pictures ever.
Oh my god, dude! I literally have him on every episode, like hanging on to my earphones, and it'll be hanging on for dear life, but it'll look cute doing so.
That's funny.
And distracting the guests as well a lot.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you want to see something cool? Check this out. Look, it's my monkey.
Well, what are you gonna call him, Ali? What are you gonna call him?
I'll probably call him like, I don't know. I'll find like a good.
I know what you should call him. I know what you should call
wait,
him.
what's that Cartoon Network show? My gym partner's a monkey. What's his name?
I don't know. But you know what you should call him? You should call him Abu because you're Prince Ali, and so am I. We should both get monkeys.
Yo!
Smart name.
I can get a parrot and you can get a monkey.
No, Mohammed Jafar can be Jafar. That's fine.
Mohammed Jafar.
Get his little parrot. Shout out to him. Episode 60
Shout out.
something too.
Parrots are incredible. I'd love to have a parrot.
My
Parrot?
friend has a parrot. Two of my friends actually have parrots. African gray parrots with like red.
African gray.
Yeah. And
Oh
they're,
my
they're,
God.
they're pieces of shit. Shout out
Why?
to Cuckoo.
Cuckoo? Does he
Parrot,
say
yeah.
anything? Does
Yeah.
the parrot say anything? What does
Yes.
it say?
Okay, so this is a funny story. I was at my friend's house, which I usually go to a lot, and I was sitting, and I hear someone calling out my friend's name, in the voice of my friend's mom,
That's so weird.
and I was like, "Dude, didn't you say your mom is out?" He was like, "Yeah, why?" It's like, "Why is your mom calling?" And then I turned to my friend. I'm like, "I think your mom's calling you." He's like, "No, that's the parrot." I'm like, "How do you distinguish between your mom and the parrot?" He goes like, "It's a hit or miss." It's like, I'll just go down either way. If it's my mom, okay. If it's not, well, I kind of wasted time. But yeah, that's
insane, man.
imagine it. Like it would creep me out in the middle of the night. I wake up to, I don't know, just like some
Wow,
weird
dude.
parrot shit. Imagine if they do. Here's a fun question: do parrots ever sleep talk?
Oh my gosh. Do parrots even sleep? I'm not even sure about that.
They definitely sleep
Yeah,
because they are alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna search this up. 1 second.
Honestly, I
parrots
want to know.
sleep
Do
talk?
parrot? Yeah, I should ask my friend. What am I doing? Like he has a parrot. Let me see. Never mind. I'll ask him later. I'm gonna see him later.
Yo,
parrots sleep.
parrots dream and sleep talk.
Oh, that.
There you go.
That's so-
You know
so
why?
funny.
Because they have REM sleep, REM, rapid eye movement sleep. So that means they can dream, and if they dream, they can talk because they have the ability. Their vocal cords can allow them to. That's
Pretty much, yeah.
insane.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That's kinda
Have you ever seen the videos of parrots basically like swearing in Arabic? It's the funniest.
In Arabic? I haven't seen the Arabic ones. Can you
Dude,
pull some up?
Classic.
Ali, do you have any on you? No.
I
We can't do that.
can't.
It's too bad.
It's too vulgar. But
It's
there
too
was
vulgar. I'll look them
no,
up.
because PETA will be on our ass because the content of the video basically has like the dad walks in on the son and the parent basically swears at the dad's mom, and he fucking backhands the parrot. He was like, Helou, God, it was
No way.
terrible. Yeah, because
Yikes.
it's like imagine you have a parrot that hears you constantly swear, and your dad walks in, and the parrot basically repeats what you said in your voice.
Oh yeah, yeah. If it's like this,
Yeah.
that's
Like,
insane.
The,
Parrots, they
the
spice up the
parrots.
life.
I
But
feel
yeah,
like
I don't
Lebanese
like
people
that
don't care
parrot.
too much about animals too much. I feel like compared to like I don't know if it's like an Arabic thing or if it's like maybe we
They
in
have
the
other
Western world.
priorities.
Hmm.
And also because, dude, like Arabic countries in general, like most of them aren't very lush in terms of vegetation, and no vegetation equals no animals.
Hmm.
So, you know,
Hmm.
it's not really part of the culture, the animal culture.
I see.
Lebanon was a bit more rich in terms of animals because there was more mountains and rivers and stuff like that, but killed them all.
Oh
Uh,
my
I
god.
mean,
We had bears and lions. It's fucking crazy.
we used to have desert lions in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, but the last one was killed in 1940 something. So that's
Wow.
we don't have animals in the desert. It's too hot for
Yeah.
them. 50.
There
Did
is,
you?
but they're not very. It's not like mammals. You're gonna find like snakes and like small
Yeah,
foxes and like a lot of
scorpions,
insects,
dude.
scorpions.
I,
Exactly.
I got into the car today in the afternoon. Look at the temperature. I don't know if you can see this or not.
Oh my god,
Ooh,
are you kidding
that
me?
is wild. Yeah.
And
For
this was
someone to
like
wait.
in the morning, like 11 a.m. in the
Dude,
morning.
And that's
what?
Celsius for like people who are in
Celsius,
the
yeah.
Western
So
world don't know. That's like
how
it's
much is that? And like, let me check.
that's
So
boiling. That's not
50 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit.
I mean, it's like
All
something
right,
like
it's
plus
it's
32.
125 degrees Fahrenheit.
yeah, so that's a lot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
a lot. Death Valley gets that hot.
yeah. So this is like a day-to-day routine for us. It's currently
Are
well, I wonder
you?
what's the temperature outside right now. I bet you
Are
anything.
you
It's
in
like
Kuwait?
I'm in Mishlef, Kuwait. Shout out to all my Mishlef people. You know who you are.
Okay. Cool.
42.
42.
And
And
it's at
it's
night.
nighttime. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It's nighttime.
it's
And
night.
there's humidity. Probably.
Mhm.
The I
Not too
mean, I
much.
can't
The
go out with
sandstorm,
glasses, so
the sandstorms, do you have those any
yeah, we
nowadays?
do. Yeah. So we still have
Kamsin, Kamsin.
sandstorms is like a normal thing. Like you guys have snowstorms and shit. We have sandstorms because we're that much
That's
cooler. Because we're that
no,
much
because you're
cooler.
that much hotter.
Oh, oh, I like
We are
that.
cooler.
I mean, you're cooler, but we're hotter. So looking at all the models around the world, I mean, being hot takes you places, my guy. I'm just saying, you know,
Being
this is fun. You like skiing?
I love skiing.
I've always wanted to ski. Have you
I've always
ever?
wanted to ski also.
I've skied, but not on snow, on like sand. It was pretty cool. Like,
Really?
yeah,
On like sand dunes?
yeah, pretty much in
That's so
Dubai. We
cool.
went to Dubai, me and my
Dubai, of
family.
course.
Yeah, because
Is
their
it real
sand
sand?
is no, it's fake sand. They literally dug it up from Kuwait and they shipped it to Dubai. Yeah, it's real sand. What are you talking?
I
It's
don't know.
still a
Like
fun.
in Dubai, I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's.
They have
By the
tricks
way,
up their sleeves.
no, I mean they had snow, yes, but sand is everywhere, dude. They're still in the desert. But I did that, and it was pretty fun. So I wanted to do it on snow because the surface is much more slippery. So it's
Dude,
like,
snow is so much better than sand. You should come and try it out in Lebanon. It's the closest to do like good ski.
did he just say snow is much better than sand? My guy,
Obviously.
I'm team sand, bro. Gotta represent. You can't come up on the hood and just start saying all that stuff. It don't work like that. People get
I
shot in
wish
the streets making fun of sand. That's how it works. No, but I've been like the first time I ever saw snow was in Lebanon. Remember that, Ali?
Yes, I remember. He was
Remember
like,
that?
"Oh my God, snow! What's this? Oh, my hand can go through this thing."
Dude, this is funny, and I have the pictures. I'll send them to you later. By the way, remember
you
when
actually
yeah,
go ahead, sorry.
19 years of my life, I've never seen snow until I went to Lebanon in 2019 January, and I saw snow, and it was like
2019 January.
yeah.
I think I actually brought a friend from Singapore who saw snow for the first time as well in January
My guy.
2019.
Shout out Singapore.
Yeah.
One day we'll have a guest from Singapore. So basically what he did was he's like, hey, Ali, come here. And I went to him and he had a like can of Coke and he started like grabbing the like fresh ice. He dripped like Coke all over and he was like, here. And I was like, and it was what the shit is this, yo, dude? That's,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what happens to you if you do the same with sand? Your teeth are done. Your teeth are gone. You can't do that with
Hey, you
sand.
can't do that with sand.
There's something they do in Canada with maple syrup on snow. It's an actual dish they do over there. It's very common.
Yo, that's
They just put maple
genius.
syrup on the snow because there's so much maple syrup over there, and they're like, "Yo, let's do this. It's free snow. Let's eat."
Just grab a little bit, pour some shit on that.
Exactly,
Take it
dude.
away.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's so cool.
This is a good episode, man. I'm chilling here. Usually we have something to talk about and we're so deep into it and we're serious, but this is chill, man.
I like podcasts where you just hang out. I don't like the interview style of,
Yeah, man. This is. I want to start doing more of these, man. This is just the chill.
Let's continue doing. Yeah, I'm on board.
Actually, what's your platform for posting the podcasts?
We do it on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, you name it, we're on it pretty much.
Cool. And how many people are listening to it on average?
It can range from like 27 to about 150.
Because it'll be on like on Instagram and it'll be on YouTube and it's like we're still in the beginning phase. It's very hard to really try. I haven't looked at our like audio also. I really don't know.
Oh, that's true. We never actually got to check out.
Yeah, I really don't know. Mm-hmm.
But it's good. If you started recently, that's really good that you have that many regular listeners. That's really good.
Yeah, that's true. And we have guests. That's what we're having more fun with.
That's where I'm enjoying it more, to be honest. It's the guests. Numbers aren't really an issue to me. Like I don't care if one person sits and watch it.
I think the best podcasts are the podcasts where the hosts have fun in the podcast itself, like while it's happening.
Yeah. That's a high five, Ali. That's a yeah.
Where am I on your screen?
You're below me.
Well, actually, to me, you're right here. There we go. Yeah. There you go. And Robert, so how do you say your last name, by the way?
Depends on what language.
Arabic, obviously.
Hello.
Yes, you are.
Roberto Helou.
Cool.
Or in English, what's Helou?
Hello, like hello.
Oh.
Hello. Roberto, hello. Do you ever get that? You probably get that joke.
No one ever did this joke before I went to Australia. When I went to Australia, it was the thing. Oh, hello, Roberto. But,
we had a guest from Australia. He was a farmer. It was pretty cool.
He was very fun.
Yeah, dude. The Australians are sick, man. They're the all-out kind of people, which is pretty cool. Respect to them.
Shout out.
I'm Australian. I live in the country back. How you going? Good.
If they've ever pissed you off, piss you off with hello, just do this and be like, yo,
goodbye.
Down under, get it? Down under. But yeah, that's what I did. Just do a handstand.
How did both of you meet?
Ooh. You want to tell them? I always tell people. It's your turn. Come on.
I'll tell the backstory.
Yeah.
All right, the
origin story.
The origin story is that we were just I lived in Kuwait when I was younger. And then just like my mom and his mom were like friends from work, and so we just hung out together like and then we just when we were kids on the regular we used to like play games.
It's been a long time you know each other.
Yeah, like from like we were kids, we grew up together like kind of. And then we went separate ways.
I can see you didn't meet very very
well, also it's like you should check out the first podcast as opposed to now. It's really like we're really trying to like get the whole flow down and yeah.
Yo, it's by repetition that we get perfection.
Yeah, I like that, dude. I like that. That's the shit right there. Clip that.
Wherever you are, yeah.
Yeah. But you should clip. I like that, dude. Repetition makes perfection, or practice makes perfect.
Exactly. The other way of saying practice makes perfect. Absolutely.
Dude, you know when you asked me before we started filming, you're like, "What's your goal with this?" I usually say it to every guest because if you send it out to the universe, apparently the universe responds. I want to do a podcast with Joe Rogan. That's my end game.
All right.
Dude, that's
Oh my God, that's the end game. Nah.
But if you want to actually do it, you need to. I mean, obviously, you're going to continue with the podcast, but you need to work on yourself. You need to have a really crazy story because Joe Rogan takes the top notch of the top notch. Like, if you really want to be on Joe Rogan, like 100%, like you need to start eating elk meat and like boxing and doing stand up, and he's gonna love you.
Dude, I'm pretty funny. I'm guessing. I don't know. Just saying. That's
Oh
what
yeah,
I've
no,
been
you
told.
then you're funny. Then start making stand-ups, dude.
I eat
Should,
camel
absolutely.
meat.
Hey,
I don't know if that counts.
Fucking, what else?
Okay. What was the third
You
thing
don't
he
play
said?
boxing?
No, but
Fighting?
I'm very into combat sports. I watch a lot of combat sports. So
There you go.
yeah.
Dude, I
Joe
actually
Rogan.
believe you can make it. I'm pretty sure you can make it.
Ali, thank you. Roberto, much love to you. Shout out to you. Since we're shouting out to the universe, my one guest, if you had to have one guest, PewDiePie probably. PewDiePie would be
Really?
because I don't think of us as like podcasters. I think of us as YouTubers more so with the approach we're going at it.
Perfect then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
so PewDiePie's the number one dude. So we got to get him on sometime.
He doesn't like podcasts though, so it's gonna be
Exactly.
really hard.
No, exactly. That's the thing. But I feel like I just watched him every single day for the past, because he's also one of those guys that posts every single day
True.
for freaking 12 years, dude. He's been posting every single day.
But I'll say this: we work harder than PewDiePie because he has an editor, and we kinda do, maybe.
You
I
edit your
don't know.
stuff on your own.
We did for a while because one of our editor, well, our only editor, had to go out and leave us for like 2 weeks. But he's back now, Tiago. I know you're watching this now because you'll be editing this one.
You'll be editing this.
Back, right? Thanks for coming back, bro. We miss you.
Yeah, bro, but he speaks Spanish.
He's Portuguese, actually.
Portuguese, cool.
Yeah. I mean, it was a surprise to me too, but they don't speak Spanish.
Oh, mind blown.
I mean, I assume that's what they spoke, but it turns out it's not. It's not Spanish.
What languages do you speak, guys?
I speak English, Arabic, like French, kinda, and those are the ones. Like I can speak a little bit of German. Wie geht's, Ali? Wie geht's?
Ich bin gut. Wie geht's?
Sehr gut und danke schön.
Das ist gut.
That's
That is good. I do a little bit, like a few sentences in German because my dad, he speaks fluent German. But my main language is Arabic. My second language would be Inglesi.
You speak English pretty well for someone whose second language is English.
It's probably because I've been in an English school my whole life.
You do. If you're having conversation.
It's mainly the
What
reason.
about you, Roberto?
I speak French, Arabic, English, and Spanish. Yes.
Yeah.
Tu hablas español.
Sí, ¿entiendes?
Mucho bueno. Tu parles français?
Oui, je parle français aussi.
Très bien.
Oui.
تحكي عربي؟
I knew it was coming.
That's man. Anyways, I think we reached the time step. My guys.
We're time.
Like this could go for another hour. I bet you anything. But the thing is, you guys won't watch it for. You barely watch it for an hour, let alone 2. And I have studying. So gotta go.
It's been an hour? How can I see the time?
I can see the time. Look freaking at the computer. Does not have a time on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 8:40 where you are right now.
8:40, absolutely.
Yes. 8:38.
Anyways.
Yes, and we have the last 2 minutes for you, Roberto. Tell us.
Yeah.
Is there anything? Yeah, you want to
shout
say or shout out any new projects or anything? Mm-hmm.
I want to shout out you guys because I really think it's an awesome initiative. And I think we really need more independent creators in the Arab world. I think that's a big thing that's lacking. And you're actually educating your own audience, as we spoke about in the beginning of the video, education and the importance of making entertaining content, but also very educational and implement values and positivity. And that's what we're doing right now. And shout out to you guys. Amazing job, guys.
You too.
Thank you so much.
We're rooting for you also.
Yeah.
Like the more you grow, the more we grow, the more we all grow.
Pretty
Yes.
much.
Guys, good stuff coming up on the channel. So keep yourselves posted.
Dude, we'll do that. We'll also leave a link to his Instagram because I personally think you should all go check out his Instagram. Link in the description below. If you made it this far into the video, subscribe, like, add a comment, tell me if I should or should not own a pet monkey. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know if you've watched any of our old episodes, but usually this is how we sign out. It's a salute to cover the cam and peace.
Like this. Peace.